morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the Curry Spot. My name is Dr. Jill Borum, and this is
Amanda Potter. Thanks for coming back. Now, Jill, last time we were talking, you mentioned, obviously, we were drinking hydroxychloroquine, and you mentioned vitamin C. You talked all about that, but there was also zinc and vitamin D3, was it? Will you tell me some more about zinc?
Yeah, let's talk about zinc. So we've particularly talked about zinc in terms of immunity, raising immunity, because this is what is going on at the moment. Everybody's really worried, even though it's not flu season anymore, and even though the numbers of people, catching any kind of flu or coronavirus, whatever, are really low. There's still a huge amount of worry and confusion about it all. So I'm a great believer in food as medicine.
Yeah.
And so although I supplement, we can do a whole session on that. What I wanted to be able to talk about is how you can get more zinc into your diet, because zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C are the three things that are a no-brainer for anybody that really wants to up their game. So zinc basically is the ultimate booster. And what's really fascinating about zinc is that if you take it in supplement form, or if you ever go to a kinesiologist who is a muscle tester, this is the way I learned about this. In order for her to determine whether I have a zinc deficiency, she puts a drop of zinc in my mouth. And I immediately went, oh, because it was disgusting. It was really the worst metally taste. So she knew that I was deficient in zinc. And I actually use the same sort of technique, because I have some little vitamins, the zinc vitamins, and they don't have a coating over them. So when I put it in my mouth to swallow it, earlier on in the year, I was obviously deficient because it had the same effect. I had this.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you about the foods, but I just wanted to tell you a way that you can test whether or not you are zinc deficient, because you don't need to go for blood tests. This is a very easy way for everybody to know whether or not they've got a zinc deficiency. So whether or not you decide to take a supplement is completely up to you. But what I can tell you is that now when I have my zinc supplement, I don't taste the metal. So I now know.
You'll keep taking the supplement.
Yeah, so now, well, I don't take it every day now. I might take one every 3 days now.
Okay.
Yeah, but in between, the other things that I eat, so red meat is really good, but especially offal, and especially liver is really high.
Oh, good, yeah.
We were talking about liver the other day, actually.
We were. I really enjoyed it, thank you.
But also shellfish is really high in liver as well. Legumes, so things like lentils, beans, peas, those sorts of things, they're really good, high in zinc. Some seeds, not all of them, but hemp seeds particularly, are really high in zinc. Some nuts, especially cashews, which by the way technically aren't a nut. Did you know that?
No, but I do like cashew nuts.
Not salted cashews, by the way. We'll have another session on cashew nuts, actually, because it's really interesting about cashew nuts.
Okay.
And that for people who have arthritis, they're not necessarily the best thing. So if you've got arthritis, I would stay away from cashews. Dairy, eggs, and then whole grains, things like normal things like wheat, but also rice, oats, and that quinoa, that funny thing that's spelled Quinoa.
Did you say rice or rye?
Rice. So whole grains, so whole brown rice.
Brown rice, good.
Yes.
That's what I eat.
Yeah, brown rice, oats, quinoa, whole wheat, if you can tolerate wheat. That's another one. I mean, there are other things as well, like some veg, like kale, have it. The good, happy thing that you might want to know is that dark chocolate has zinc in it as well.
I love my dark chocolate. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know. Yeah, so it's you can get it very easily. Some things are really difficult to get from your food, but zinc is one of the ones that is much more accessible, particularly if you're buying organic food. And men need 12 grams a day, women need 8 grams a day.
So how much is that? How many pieces of chocolate?
Well, what you would have to do is work out, there are all sorts of apps. So if you went onto a kind of foodie app like MyFitnessPal and you put in your food that you had during the day, it calculates the amount of nutrients that you've had in that day.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you'd be able to see, you know, how much zinc you've had and vitamin C and, you know, B12 and all the rest of it. So that's a good way.
It's interesting. I didn't know that it did that.
Yeah, they're really clever, those apps. There's plenty of other ones, but MyFitnessPal is the one that perhaps people are more familiar with. By the way, if you're breastfeeding as a woman, then you need 12 grams as well.
When you're breastfeeding, can you eat liver?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Brilliant. So now I can eat more chocolate. Zinc it is.
You see, I'm your best friend, aren't I?
You are. You're the best friend I could ask for. So thank you very much for listening today, and see you again soon.
And don't forget to ask us any questions.